Mitchell, Tyler said he's had this match circuit just because he knows Iowa brings it, you guys bring it. It's always a fun environment. Same thing for you?
Tyler said that?
Yeah, K-Sac, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just kind of like whatever's next. Someone asked me what's my most anticipated or excited match, and I just like to say the next one. So they just say go, and let's go.
Carter was talking about everybody in here that he wrestles, all the champs and stuff.
Yeah.
And for years, it was the Iowa mystique, right? So now for the past decade, it's been, for lack of a better term, Penn State mystique. What's it like being a part of that right now? That's looking at Penn State and used to be.
Yeah. Obviously, I was pretty young. I was too young for the Iowa one. I was not even alive, so I can't really speak on that. But it's always been kind of Penn State, seeing those are the guys that I looked up to when I was, I can remembering wrestling. I guess I don't really think about that too much. I don't obsess over what other people's thoughts are or what other people are thinking. The only person that has to enjoy living in your shoes is yourself. So it's kind of what I think about that.
Mitchell, how do you view smack talk? Does it ever go too far? Is it good for the sport? And then when somebody makes a declaration about your team, just how do you kind of take that all in?
I think when someone feels the need to say something, this is just like a psychology term, just in humans. When people feel the need to say something about someone else, it's usually because when they look at them, there's a mirror. It reflects something in them that maybe they don't have, and that's kind of entirely what humans do. So when I think about it in that sense, that's when I usually try not to get caught up in smack talk or thinking about those other things, because at the end of the day too, it is just a game and there's no need to make it more than it is. But yeah, I think that I try to think about that when I'm thinking about if you have negative things to say or whatever. It's just well, why? What's that root? What is the root of me wanting to say that?
You talked last year too about maybe some psychological things that you enjoy thinking about during the season. Has there been one in particular for this year so far that's been on your mind?
Probably just that it's not going to be okay. It is okay. Whatever needs to happen or is going to happen is going to happen. And I think that's what's really cool about Matthew McConaughey says something about living and just how that's really the main focus, because it's life itself is a verb. It's not really a noun because it already is what already had happened and what will happen. It's already set in stone. So it's just kind of we're living that out right now. And I think when you think about it like that, then it's what's there really to worry about? The actions that will create tomorrow's future are being present right now. So it's kind of what I'm thinking about a lot.
So you wrestled this guy 3 times last year, obviously familiar. Will you go back and look at that at all, or you just, how would you approach this one?
Yeah, I mean, even the match the other night, I think I wrestled that guy 4 times. It's just, you're wrestling guys a lot. And I think that's cool. I think that, forces you to keep getting better. And that's what I love about Penn State the most, is that, this is my home now, and my home in Wisconsin is just vacation. This is where I love to reside and be. So when I'm here, and that's all year round, I'm just getting better and keep getting better and focusing on those things. And that's kind of my focus. It's not really less of a game, because if I'm focused on one person, then I want to win world titles and Olympic titles, and I want to be the best wrestler I can be. And if I'm focused on something else, then that's really counterintuitive to that.
You and Carter have won all your matches by a bonus point victory so far this season. Is that something that you're conscious of and looking for in a match, or are you just taking the opportunities as they come to you?
The latter, yeah. Just kind of trying to score the next point. And if you get taken down, then you're trying to score the next one. It's not the one that you didn't get, it's the one you're going to get. So you just keep going, and keep going, and keep going. And I think when you start obsessing over that, then you're going back to what I was just saying about living out what's the future right now. You're not really you're focused too far into the present, into the future, and thinking about things that maybe you don't really have too much control over. So just kind of being present, just next point.
We got some psychology and some English here. What's your major and what do you want to do outside of wrestling?
I am a psychology major with a philosophy minor. After wrestling, I think psychology, I picked that because I think it helps so much with everything. Even if I'm done wrestling, I think just knowing how people work and like the thing with the insecurity thing with the mirror, I think just knowing that, like how much that can help in relationships and stuff like that. But after that, after wrestling, I'm not really sure. I know I'm definitely going to retire here, so if that's in 10 years or in 3, I don't know, but yeah.